Hello and welcome to this interview with Township Manager Frank Walsh. We are talking about the 2019 goals for Meridian Township. The staff has normal everyday duties that they're working on, but the township goals are main focuses, projects that the township's working on.
Right.
At the February 5th Township Board meeting, Township Assistant Manager Derek Perry provided a citizens survey results from 2018 that sort of goes along with 2018 goals that were accomplished and 2019 goals that the board is looking at, that township staff is looking at. The top three focuses kind of captures all 10 goals, or most of the 10 goals that the township's looking at, which is redevelopment efforts, road millage, and farmers market and the mall. So a lot of it is circled on getting the township on track and making sure that we're sustainable financially.
Right.
So thank you so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And talking about the township goals. Let's first talk about redevelopment efforts. There's been a lot of talk. We see downtown Okemos when we drive through Meridian Township, and a lot of people are talking about it. Where do you see that?
Well, what I see is, Meridian Township's a very proud community. And if you take a look at the excellent schools we have and the beautiful neighborhoods, parks, nature preserves, and all of that, and then you take a look at a couple commercial areas in the township, you say, whoa, that doesn't fit with community standards. We were just ranked the 5th best place to live in the United States. And our schools were just ranked, I think, 2nd, 15th, Haslett and Okemos in Michigan. Those are very high standards. When you drive by downtown Okemos or up in the village of Haslett, the Four Corners, especially in Okemos, Haslett's pretty well maintained, the commercial area. Okemos is not. We need to fix it. We have 11 vacant buildings. It's really a decaying eyesore. Mm-hmm. And that's the number one goal of the township board, to do something about that area. And the wheels are turning forward. We have a window of opportunity here to do something. We're working with a developer. The plans are going to be unveiled, actually, in the next couple of weeks publicly, and we'll hopefully see some buildings demolished this year.
When you first came here, was it 2012?
2013.
2013, when you first came here, what were your thoughts when you drove around the township as township manager and saw some of these areas? It smack you right in the face?
Well, what smacked me in the face is the beauty of the community. The Red Cedar River next to the university, awesome parks and the nature preserves that we have, and the outstanding communities. The ambiance of this community is here. But when you drive by those two areas, you do get it's like a slap in the face, mm-hmm. Especially the Okemos property. 11 vacant properties, decay everywhere, blighted. It's an embarrassment, mm-hmm. And we need to do something about it. And we need to really make sure that happens. Otherwise, studies show that when you lose that decaying, when you have that decaying commercial area, there really is a coattail effect. It begins to widen out its effect, and we certainly don't want that.
And there has been progress. So it's kind of like when you renovate your home, it's looking a little messy before you actually have your final product, your new living room, your kitchen, your bathroom, or whatever. Right. But when you first came in here, we had the fire station, the central fire station, right. Closed that down due to a lot of issues. Yeah, mold with the fire station.
Lots of mold.
We had the Mark building. That was bought by Chris Elliott.
Correct.
He subsequently decided not to, develop it, do anything with it. Right. We had Okemos Ace Hardware and a number of businesses right there in that little strip. Can you tell us some of the progress? Because people may drive by and say, oh my gosh, the township, what are they doing? They're doing nothing. But there actually has been a lot of progress on the back end. Can you tell us, give us some confidence of what that has been leading up to some of these concept plans that are going to be revealed soon?
Yeah, well, there's as much or more confidence than I've ever seen in something actually happening in downtown Okemos. You're right. Evergreen Properties did purchase part of the property maybe 4 years ago. They actually took down the old fire station. And then we had, of course, the closure of Ace Hardware. And in the Douglas J project that started in 2013 did not go forward. Since then, what we've done is a lot. We hired an economic development director. Chris Buck is just getting it done. He got us redevelopment ready through the MEDC. We've been wanting to do that for years. Chris Buck and his team and other directors, including yourself, helped get that done. We developed a brownfield authority, which then allows, this is a heavily contaminated area. And what the brownfield is going to do is allow us to use future tax growth to help pay back for some of the cost that we don't want to incur in the front end of the remediation. We've also lessened the height and density restrictions in that area. So we've done a plethora of things in downtown Okemos between hiring a director and having a brownfield lifting density. We've done a lot, and now we are on the cusp of development. We have a developer the same developer who helped develop the elevation, which is down at Jolly and Okemos, which is flourishing. So the track record is there, and we're confident in working with Will Randall and his team and the ownership of Westpac that we can move forward with this development.
And the redevelopment ready efforts is township-wide. It's not just downtown Okemos, so this will have an effect on other areas that the township's looking at in the future.
Exactly, yeah. And we're offering all those same things. Brownfields and density and all those same things have been offered to Van Martin and his team, who owns the property up at the Hazlitt Village Square. All same opportunities are there, and we've had some conversations with Mr. Martin. They've been fruitful. We're hoping that they will move forward at a more aggressive pace. But we really need to, if you look at the township, what really needs to be improved, that's number one, is the decaying commercial areas. You can't allow them. It's like having 6 cavities in your mouth. If you don't take care of it, pretty soon you're going to not have any teeth. And that's kind of what we're looking at.
Let's move down the street to Meridian Mall, the municipal complex, the farmers market. Luann Manger and her team just had a patronicity funding campaign where they raised over $67,000 to get a grant to match them for $50,000. So now they have 50,000 and 67. I can't do math real quick like that, Frank.
Yeah, it's over 110.
There you go. Thank you. And so they're looking at moving the farmers market from its current location, which is congested, to across the street at the Meridian Mall. And this obviously has to have an effect, positive, on the Meridian Mall.
Yeah, we're working, we're concerned about the mall. I mean, like any community in Michigan, any community in the United States is worried about their retail market in the mall, the traditional 1960s, 70s mall concept. And we're working closely with the owners. CBL Properties owns our mall, and they're based in Tennessee. And so we're working closely with them on a number of fronts, redeveloping the mall, taking a look at maybe different opportunities that aren't there now. But in addition to that, we are looking at moving our farmers market from its current location over to create the marketplace on the green. And this has been something the community's been working on for years. It's finally coming to fruition. We're in the final stages of acquiring the property from the mall, which has taken some time. And as you mentioned, great work by Luann Manger and her team and others, and all of our service clubs and donors in the community. And again, that program is available because of our Redevelopment Ready Community certification. So that will help us get another $50,000 for the project. It's roughly $900,000 to $1 million to build the marketplace on the green. But this will be a fabulous event center, not only for the farmers market, but hundreds of activities throughout the year. I think you'll see us break ground here in the spring, and hopefully see some vertical construction yet this year. Probably be offering the farmers market there starting in 2020.
Yeah, it's almost a community gathering space. That's what Director Manger is looking at turning it into. Not just a place where you get your greens and all that kind of thing, because it's grown from such a small group of vendors to what it is today, which has become, if you go there, and you've been there,
Right.
you see families there at the playground with their kids, and they're having fun. They want to spend the day at the market. And that's her vision for Marketplace on the Green.
And possibly a place to ice skate in the winter. I mean, it's going to have a lot of great opportunities along with it, not just a place to buy green peppers and cucumbers.
All right, so moving across the street, we actually have streets. We have roadways. We have issues. I've interviewed Assistant Township Manager Derek Perry on a number of occasions regarding roads. He oversees the local roads in Meridian Township, and how Meridian Township works with Ingham County, and Ingham County actually repairing the streets and what they do. We get a number of questions on social media and via email, I'm sure you do as well, regarding the roads in Meridian Township and the ability to maintain them and how much it costs to maintain them. When you actually learn the numbers, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it is, and we'll never have an opportunity to have quality or even average decent streets in this township until we do something about the funding level. Right now we level a paltry 0.23, 0.25 of 1 mil. It generates about $440,000 a year. We have 145 miles of roads, local roads in the township to maintain. We'll never be able to, I mean, if you live in a neighborhood that has a poor street with a funding mechanism that we have right now, it could be 20, 30 years before we get to that street. So we've got to look long-term here. How do we fix our roads? How do we fix them within, 5 to 10 years to have quality streets? It's going to take additional funding to do that. The Township Board, the Transportation Commission are working collectively on that. And we're going to have to put this as a very, very high priority in 2019 is how to fund our local roads. When you take a look at Meridian Township right now, it's abundantly clear it's a great place to live. It's a great place to recreate. We have so many wonderful attributes to this community. But when you take a look at what, you can't stay stagnant. You have to continue investing in your community, identify the things that need to be fixed, and fix them. And right now we have commercial areas in Hazlet and Okemos that need to be fixed. We have roads that need to be improved, and we want to move the farmers market. Those are really our top 3 goals for 2019. Now, in most communities, if you could do one of those, that'd be a 5-star year. And we're going to try to knock off all 3.
So tell me this, it's the amount that you said for road millage that's received. It sounded low to me. I don't really know what other communities are bringing in. Do you know what other communities bring in for road? Is that a low amount?
It is a really low amount. I know that a couple of townships in Jackson County, just south of us, went for, I think, 3 or 4 mills of property tax.
And you said Meridian Township is how much?
0.25.
0.25.
Quarter of 1 mil. Yeah, we have the tax base, so we don't need a high millage level, a big increase in our millage because of our tax base. Our tax base is $1.7 billion. It's a really high tax base, which means you have a lot of high value in your community. For instance, East Lansing is about half of our tax base. If you combined Delhi Township and East Lansing together, they're still less than Meridian Township in tax base. And that's a good thing, because then when you need funding for, say, streets, you don't need 3 or 4 mills. You need far less than that to be able to fund your projects going forward. So that's a really good thing that we have going for us. To fix our roads would be 2 mills or less going forward, which means if you own a $200,000 home, and you had a 2 mil levy, it'd be $200 a year to have good roads.
Now, Director Perry, in his presentation to the board for the survey that was conducted last year, one of the items in the survey was about road millage and what people would support or not with a road millage.
Right.
Could you talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, I think the results were, we do our survey every 3 years. So this survey was completed just in the last 3 months, and it was completed at the end of 2018. We did a survey in 2012, 2015, 2018. We'll do another one in 2021. The results said about average, if you were asked about a 2 mil levy to fix the roads, would you support it? And strongly support or somewhat support was 67 or 68% of the residents, which is a very high number when you consider a tax increase. So right out of the gate, it looks favorable for us to move forward with some kind of millage to fix this thing, and it's a complex issue. And the state talks about it. The state's been talking about it for 2 decades and has been unable to get there. I think we need to just really find a way to fix the problem. Fix the roads. Let's get it done in the next 24 months.
Does it give you more confidence? I mean, this is a community who, I've been here for 20 years and I've seen most millages pass. It has to give you a little bit more confidence to know that people are willing to pay more for a road millage than the rate that they're currently paying.
Yeah, I think if you use, if a community trusts you, if they trust their local government, they're certainly much more apt to help fund things. This is a very generous community, and it's a community that takes a lot of pride in itself. There's a reason we're a prime community, and we have residents who are willing to step up and pay for things. They're not wasteful. On the other hand, they're not frugal. They're going to help us support and help us build and maintain a strong community. We're just ranked the 5th best place to live in the United States. The 5th best. That says something.
Anything else you want to add in regards to 2019 goals that we haven't touched upon?
No, it's just going to be a really exciting year. We've got to fix our commercial blight in Okemos and up in Hazlet. Much, much worse in Okemos. We've done a lot of things to help us prepare for this day to move forward. I think you're going to see some sort of proposal to fund roads in 2019, and we sure want to break ground on the new farmers market across the street in conjunction with them all. There's a lot of great things going on, but no matter how good you are, you've always got to take that community to the next level. There's a great book by Jim Collins called Good to Great, and we're a very good community, and we get these things done, and we're going to be a great community.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for talking with us about the 2019 goals. And I want to thank you for watching. You can look at the full list of goals on the Meridian Township website, and it's in the 2019 projects section. If you want to watch what's happening, you can follow the Township Board meetings. They're all listed online on the Township website. You can attend. The Township would love to have you there. Thank you so much for watching.